Welcome to ImproChem. This video will address all the safety, health and environmental issues that are of importance. As you are a contractor to ImproChem, please pay close attention to all the aspects that will be shown. Our intention is to ensure that you are fully equipped with all the safety, health and other knowledge in order for you to conduct your business with us safely and without any incidents or injuries. You will be asked to complete a test at the end of this video, and a pass mark of 80% is required. Who is ImproChem? ImproChem provides innovative chemical, monitoring, control and engineered solutions for industrial and potable water management, as well as hydrocarbon processing. We serve many industries, and our integrated offerings help our customers to achieve sustainable and operational performance whilst minimizing safety, health and environmental risks. Why the focus on safety, health and the environment? The Occupational Health and Safety Act is compulsory legislation that provides a framework for employers and employees or contractors such as yourselves to work together in the interests of safety. And so this law imposes specific legal duties on all parties. In other words, the company and all its employees and contractors are legally instructed to ensure that certain safety and health requirements are implemented and complied with. All our SHE policies and statements are detailed in the contractor's booklet, which has been issued to you. It is important for you to know and comply with all these rules and regulations before you start any work for ImproChem. As contractors, you are considered to be employees whilst doing work for ImproChem. It is required that you review the Occupational Health and Safety Act and ensure that all your employees working for ImproChem are made conversant with the Act and all the requirements. You will also be required to sign an agreement known as a Section 37(2) in this regard. In addition, you will need to supply your letter of good standing to ImproChem. The 7 primary safety rules. ImproChem have also adopted the 7 primary safety rules. These rules are non-negotiable and must be complied with at all times. You will be issued with a copy of these rules. Identify which rules apply to you and the tasks that you will perform with us, and ensure that you comply with them at all times. Let's focus our attention on some other safety requirements for you as a contractor. Refer to the contractor's safety booklet for additional information. This information has been compiled to assist you and to ensure that all jobs are done safely. Please work and act safely at all times. Our goal is no harm to anyone ever, and this means that we always put safety first in everything that we do. All employees are expected to work and act safely at all times, taking care to always identify any hazards and control or reduce any risks wherever possible. Be sure you know what safety rules and regulations apply and obey them at all times. Be on the lookout for any possible hazards which could injure you or anyone and report this to us. Take care when walking around. Many injuries occur due to slips, trips and falls, so be sure to always look where you are walking and ensure that the walkways are clear, safe and slip-free. Find out what the relevant safety and danger signs mean and obey them fully. Ensure that all the paperwork related to safety, health or environmental is in place, signed off and implemented. If any hot work or high-risk work is to be done, you must obtain a permit to work before starting any tasks. Contact the SHE department for assistance. Report any injuries and incidents before starting any work and before leaving any of our sites or workplaces. These incidents must be reported the same day. Do not leave any of our sites without reporting any injuries or incidents. Do not enter any areas that you are not specifically authorized for, nor do any jobs that you are not competent to do. For lab staff and anyone working in laboratories, safety showers and eye wash fountains have been installed. Get to know where these are and learn how to use them. Keep your workplace clean, neat, and free from things which you or anyone else could trip over. Make sure all your safety clothing and any PPE, such as lab coats, overalls, safety shoes, and so on, are always kept clean and in a good condition. Replace these items immediately if required. Ensure that you always wear the correct and all the PPE for any job that you are doing. Be on the lookout for any possible situation which would injure you or your fellow workers and report this to the supervisor or the appointed she-rep immediately. Do not play pranks or games and never tamper with any safety, emergency, or firefighting equipment. Never conduct any work for which you are not specifically trained or competent to do. Never do any job tasks you are not authorized to do. Always follow all the safety rules and standards. They are there for a good reason. If you are unsure about any task, rather ask for help or advice. Do not take chances or shortcuts. Auditing and risk assessment. In accordance with the law, hazards must be continually and regularly identified and addressed. Therefore, before any work is conducted, a risk assessment must be conducted and documented where relevant. Make sure that you have completed a proper risk assessment before starting the job or task. Note that ImproChem reserves the right to audit any work being done at any time. The ImproChem and Contractors Safety Booklets. There are two booklets that form part of the Contractors Safety Manual. 1. The ImproChem Safety Booklet, and 2. The Contractors Safety Booklet. Let's take a quick look at each. The ImproChem Safety Booklet contains all the documents, forms, and information needed by ImproChem. The authorized person in your company will be required to complete these forms in full and return it to ImproChem. Once received and validated, you will then receive authorization as an approved contractor to ImproChem and will be allowed to conduct work for or supply services to the company. Failure to submit this information will therefore disqualify your company and no further work will be allowed. The Contractor Safety Booklet has been compiled for your use and reference. Please keep this valuable booklet since it contains all the templates for inspection registers, the procedures, and lots of other safety information. Your ImproChem contact will discuss the contents of each booklet with you. Responsible Care and Green Gauge. The AECI group of companies, including ImproChem, have committed to the guiding principles of responsible care. This means that ImproChem will act responsibly and ethically in all operations with respect to the environment, and we will always minimize our impact on the environment. And, as the name implies, we take responsible care of the environment. As a contractor to ImproChem, we expect that you adhere to these same principles. Housekeeping. Good housekeeping does help to prevent incidents. Treating your work area or site with respect and keeping it clean and organized will help to avoid slips, trips, falls, and bumps. Good housekeeping ensures that your work area is safer, more pleasant, easier to work in, and also makes you more productive. So please ensure that you practice good housekeeping at all times. Personal protective equipment. You could be working with hazardous chemicals, equipment, and tools. The safety data sheet or SDS, details clearly what precautions and specific PPE or personal protective equipment is required when contacting these various chemicals. The wearing of PPE is not only a legal requirement, but also one of ImproChem's primary safety rules, and so must be complied with at all times. Customer sites may also specify that additional PPE is required, so ensure that you comply with this at all times. Remember, PPE is your last resort, but it is a very effective barrier against chemical exposure, so always wear the correct and full PPE whenever working with any hazardous chemicals. Drugs and drinking policy. In terms of the Occupational Health and Safety Act, the consumption of any intoxicating liquor and/or drugs is strictly forbidden in all work areas. If you intend to do any work or operate machinery or drive a vehicle, please be especially aware of any liquor you have consumed and ensure that you do not exceed the legal blood alcohol limit, currently 0.05 grams per 100 ml of blood. Chemical transportation. The transportation of chemicals in any unclassified vehicles is not allowed under any circumstances. Small quantities of reagents are allowed provided all the precautionary measures have been taken. For example, reagents have been packed in absorbent material and the SDSs are available for each reagent. The Road Traffic Act is very specific in this regard, so please ensure that you do not transport any hazardous chemicals. Contractor management. Contractors and subcontractors that conduct any work for ImproChem are, by definition, deemed to be employees of ImproChem. This means that whilst you are on any of our sites or doing any work for ImproChem, we are responsible for you. So please ensure that you work safely and follow all the rules. Finally, all of the measures, procedures and standards that have been discussed are for the safety, health and protection of yourself, our employees and the company. As our contractor, you play a vital part in providing a superior service to ImproChem and our customers, and we thank you for your commitment to safety, health and the environment. Please abide by the rules and enjoy a safe working environment. If you require any assistance, do not hesitate to contact any of the SHE team. We wish you a safe and enjoyable working experience at ImproChem.